We are live, Dr. Art.
We are live at all four corners of the globe, to the
All
entire universe.
four?
All four.
You
From
mean
little
it
old
got us all the
Murfreesboro,
way
Tennessee. That way and that way.
Okay, Dr. Art, is the Earth flat or round?
Well, it's flat when you stand on it, but I think when you look at it from space, it might be round.
Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never actually seen the Earth with my own eyes.
I've never been up in a spaceship either, so.
Right, so I don't know. I don't know. Welcome, everybody, to our Wednesday night Tech Talk Fiesta. And I just ate a bag of Cheetos in the spirit of Tech Talk. I haven't had anything that disgusting in a long time. I'm like a fast food person or a junk food person.
No, but your brain goes, oh, that was kind of nice. It's like a nice, when you that first hit of your cigarette, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yes, you understand. Okay, Mark Salve's in house, Mexican Spec. What's happening? Dickie Farley from my cold dead hands. That's his name. American Trucker, good evening. KJ Kiley, what's happening? Carmudgeon, Nathan McCree. Yes, look, we got all the Captain Planetary. Transmission Man in the house. American Trucker. Let's just jump into his right here. American Trucker, 1999. So I'm having wiring issues with an F-350. What would cause fuses to melt inside the fuse block? Melted the fuse for the dome light interior lights.
Ground corroded wires.
Yeah, corroded wires. Way too high in amperage fuse. Meaning you not that the high amperage fuse is going to cause it to melt, but if you've got a heavy draw someplace that was blowing, let's say 10 amp fuses, and somebody throw a 30 amp in there, that could kind of
yeah, he didn't say what year F-350, so who knows?
Right. Like glass fuses or spades.
Yeah.
Bobby Z, what's happening? Elmo to anyone. Hola, my genty. Yes, hola, my genty too.
Paul Bruno's here, our local guy.
Nice. What's happening, Paul?
I met a couple people last night.
Did you?
Was at an event, and I met Old Man Barrett, the guy from the Barrett 50 cal. Him.
I didn't get invited.
No.
They don't want YouTubers there.
No, I was the only reason I got in is because of my other wife. So, but I met him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Did he give you a 50 cal?
No, but he talked to me about some stuff that his son's making for the military, which is going to be really cool. So,
see, I would think that a guy like that, if you went to a party, would just be handing out, like Desert
50
Eagle.
Cals, like, well, they're introducing me to him, and it was I forget his first name, Tom or Charlie. I a lot of people, but he had a big old 50 cal like lapel pin. I'm like, I know who you are.
Yeah,
like, you're the guy with the big ass gun.
I would just be giving them away like party favors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boxes of ammo and stuff.
But he's just like a normal old guy. He's like, yeah, I was just some goofball photographer, and then I came up with this thing, and it took off.
Well, I met the Barretts at see, I used to go to functions too, Dr. Art. So there were, when I first moved here, I got involved with a couple of not directly involved in political things, but people who were running for this office and that office, and it was all revolved around the sheriff's department, and I had a bunch of friends at the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
So I got to hobnob a little bit with the local
the Barrett clan.
Yeah, the Barrett. Well, all of the local, movers and shakers, as it would be. But and I tell you honestly, I other than one scumbag that ran for mayor here, not mayor, sheriff. Other than one scumbag, I never met somebody I didn't like here. They're all just great people.
Yeah.
Let's see. Zero is in the house. What's happening, brother? You gonna go help mom for a little bit? Go for it. Tell her I said hi.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Elmo's here, so we can, everything's good.
And Fubar is in the house.
And Fubar.
Yes. The one and only Fubar.
Fun with cars. Everybody's here.
Goop. But they're not talking about. Oh, wait. What's this here? Jimmy Madison. Let's go back to the Earth thing.
Okay.
Near perfect predictability of tides by the globe Earth model proves the globe and that the two other bodies involved are exactly where pro and amateur astronomers say they are. I debunk flat Earth on X. Excellent. I'm still not convinced one way or the other. And honestly, I don't care one way or the other. It makes an ice wall or I don't care. But
yeah.
It's an interesting topic of discussion.
Until I get to go up in the spaceship and see it for my own self.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Jimmy Madison. Did we ever land on the moon, Jimmy?
We is a big thing. I mean, there's been things on the moon. I don't think there's been people there.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but I don't care. Again, thank you for the super chat, K2 Hat. Thank you. Merry Christmas from Florida. My mortgage is almost paid for. Maybe time for an old car again. Uncle Tony, I think I'm a couple years older than you. Not many things are older than me.
Rocks and dirt.
Rocks, dirt. Yeah, I remember when the rocks were all still warm and pliable. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, go for it, man. Get them while they're still affordable, because I'm telling you, the price on anything old, anything pre, let's say 2010, 2015, is on its way up. There's no question about it. I watch every day. I go to Marketplace every day just to cruise through and see what's going on. And I'm seeing steady tick up in prices and desirability of anything old. So get it while you can. Even if you don't work on it now, man, just get it and put it on the side someplace.
Yeah. American Trucker's back.
Oh, here you are. What's happening, man? F-350 is 1997. Same one I got for free. That's been working on it. I finally got it. Drivable. Drove it to work twice and realized dome light stopped working. Found melted fuse and other hot spots on fuse block.
Yeah, somebody, 97, and you got it for free. Somebody tapped into that.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's
I'd start pulling wires from under the dash. Start there.
Yeah, it might be one on the fuel pump. I mean, you never know, right? People do stuff like that. They wire around, they jump off of this circuit, that circuit.
Yeah.
Yep. Rocco says Tony's post birth certificate is a wood carving. It's actually a cave drawing with berries. Yeah.
Berries and saber-tooth claws. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. K. Lebanelli. Okay. Hey, Tony. Welcome. But I've watched your videos and taken many notes. I want to ask, what's your take on trying to stroke a 425 Cadillac into a 454 using a 500 CAD crank, old 7-inch rods, and old 350 pistons? I don't have any. Do you have any Cadillac engine experience?
No, other than, I mean, kind of why? To go up 30 cubic inches for all that nonsense?
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, well, it's okay.
Because I mean, you put the cool crank and the big rods and stuff. You still can't rev it because all the oil is going to sit up in the heads.
Yeah, and you got a weak valve train in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, just drive the 425 and be happy.
Honestly, that's what I would do. If you're looking at, I mean, people do hot rod caddy engines. People hot rod everything because of the novelty factor and brand loyalty. But
yes, to stick a cam that's going to give you more low and grunt if you want it to be in a hot rod, so it sounds cool. But yeah, it's leave it alone in the bottom. It's because you're not gonna. Yeah. It's not gonna ever rev above $5,000 no matter what you do.
If you do start going above $5,000, or you put a cam in there with compatible springs, say goodbye to the end rocker arms because they hang off the edge. It's a great engine. It's a fantastic design for what it's designed for. Which is to haul a 5,000 pound yacht down the interstate like in silence. That's what it's designed for, and it excels in that.
They're so sweet in those 8,000 pound cars. They do it like no problem.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're bent on hot rodding something, I would probably do something else.
Just get yourself a big block Chevy.
Yeah, or
spend that $5,000 on, a nice overdrive transfer that Cadillac and.
and idle along at 90.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Wild Bill Ack. Hey, I have a question. I'm sure you do. I just got my 71 Bronco back today. New Jasper motor. It's cocking and coughing and hating the world. Fell flat when I got into the freeway at 50 miles an hour. Any suggestions? Advanced timing.
Yeah, it's just not happy. It doesn't have enough timing.
Yeah, give it more timing. Just keep twisting. Just keep twisting it until it's
happy.
Good, right? Then put a timing light and check and see where you're at.
There was, if you go back up, somebody bought a Town and Country. They're on your bandwagon here.
Where?
It was actually Mexican spec, 7:12 p.m.
Just bought a Chrysler Town and Country at $2,000. That was not bad, dude. Kathy Bananas is in love with this thing. She's buying it like all kinds of like little trinkets to stick on it and everything. She doesn't want to admit it. You know, she's like, nah, I don't like it. Nah, I hate it. In the meantime, she's like, there's a scratch in the door.
Like, yeah. Why did you scratch my minivan?
I'm going to tell you, this is the first minivan I've ever owned. And God damn it, they're convenient.
Yeah, it's they got a stigma, but they're actually like the ultimate like cruising around vehicle.
I'm telling you, I gotta say, everybody needs a minivan. You have to have at least one
plywood, dogs, engines. It'll haul anything.
Anything you need in there. Power toys. And every woman hates a minivan until they have one. That's probably true.
Same thing. They get the stigma, then they drive it. They're like, "Oh, this is nice. I can put all my crap in here." And
well, you know, they tend to fill vehicles with crap, and you know, it's just a thing. It's just a trait, and there's plenty of the storage cubbies. Like it blows my as a man. Okay, where I really don't need. I don't even need a glove compartment, but a glove compartment is an okay thing to have. That's about as far as I need to go. This thing has drawers and
things and under seats and above heads and
There's at least at bare minimum 20 different various cubbies and like hideaway spots. It has
a fantastic like moonshine vehicle because you can stash things
everywhere. There's like 8 of them in the overhead consoles. I don't know what you put in there. It has not one, but 2 glove compartments. It's got the top glove compartment. You push a button and it goes like that, right? And then it's got a bottom glove compartment. There's like a whole glove compartment. I mean, I don't know how many glove compartments you need in one minivan. The console has the top of it flips up, and then the middle of it is this huge compartment, and that slides back to give you yet another hidden one. And then in front of the console, there's things in the bottom of the dash that you can pull up.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's the perfect stash moving van. Yeah,
it's insane. I'd hate to be a cop trying to search one of ththose things.
You sure you found everything, Rocky? It's a minivan.
JM Unleashed. Welcome, JM Unleashed. Let's see. All Terrain 84. What is your opinion on 70s, 80s customs vans, street performance vans? I love them.
Love them, yeah.
I love wild paint and all the accessories and how useful a full-size van is. But they get my weird wrapped candy van, ped van. No, well, go ahead, Dr.
Art. The coolest van I seen was actually a Dodge Shorty van, and this is when I was out in California. So the thing had to be an 81 or something, but it was lowered, fat tires on the back, the side pipes, but it was lowered, had a nice motor in it and stuff like that. All window tinted, just a panel van, no bubble window on the back, but it was just lowered, dumped on fat tires. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, I really like them. I didn't when they were around in the 70s. I was like, oh no, man! But I had totally different sensibilities then, and they were gaudy for the sake of being gaudy. Like everything. When you're looking back, compared to the 21st century, where nothing is gaudy, everything is gray, black,
blob, yeah,
right. And then they really stand out with some red. Okay. But it was different in the 70s when everything was kind of colorful and the vans just seemed a little too over the top. But now when you take one of them, like you take a 70s custom van and you drop it into today's landscape, it
You
pops.
drop it in today's car show, and everyone's like, "Ooh, check this
Yes.
out!" Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an icon of individuality. I would definitely, yes. I did a live a couple of weeks ago. I forget who it was with, but there was a girl that jumped on there, and that's what she does. She does custom vans, and I think her name was Queen of Vans. Queen of Vans. I think that was it.
I just did. Speaking of that, a guy named Edward Beard, a very famous airbrush artist. I just tuned a computer for his van, and if you look on the internet under Ed Beard airbrushing and stuff like that, you can see the van and stuff like that. It's an extended Dodge van, and it's got like zoomies that come up by the rear wheels and stuff like that. And he hauls all his artist stuff, and he goes around and does. He was at SEMA, so he's like legit guy and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool.
Eric's Garage. Holly accelerator pump lever won't return all the way back up after it squirts. What to check? The spring in the accelerator pump is probably either collapsed or corroded or broken. That'll do.
Yeah.
Check the spring. Pop.
Or somebody put in a big pump and a big
And a
wheel
little spring.
Yeah. In the original spring. Yeah.
Mexican Spec is saying, yes, Tony, but she doesn't have a YouTube channel, the Queen. What does she have? Okay, I thought it was a YouTube channel. Maybe it's Instagram or something. I don't know, but it's Queen of Vans. Sweaty Fat Guy, I got into SEMA, so does that mean I'm legit?
Yeah, of course.
It tells me it might be a scumbag, to tell you the truth, but that's just me.
The SEMA crowd.
Yeah, I don't like the SEMA crowd. I'm literally like the anti-SEMA. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like anything and everything that they stand for, I'm completely against.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at RJJ 61929.
There we go. I've owned two 70s Chevy vans, one panel, one conversion. Both had both set up with ramps so I could haul my 75 stripped down Goldwing. Very nice.
Yeah, cool.
Very nice. Oh, it's 1975. Yeah, that's a cool Goldwing, man. That's the first year for them, right? Was it 74 or 75?
Somewhere in there.
Sweaty Fat Guy, most of the vehicles at SEMA made me feel exceptionally good about my paint jobs. I've seen some of the shenanigans that they do. They like suspension parts made out of like paper towel rolls painted with chrome paint.
Yeah, just it's a TV car. I don't trust any of them. Yeah.
Let's see. Tony has eczema? No, that's Cheetos. I ate a bag of Cheetos before I came on here. Phone with Coach. I think Faye was chatting. Yeah, she's a friend of Faye Hadley's. Who I'd actually like to get her on here. I think she's very interesting. Out of all of the females that you see in the world of doing this sort of thing, I think she's the most legit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She really loves this shit. She genuinely she doesn't do it because she's getting paid to be, on. She does it because she loves it, right? I've always respected her for that. I don't have much regard for the other females that you see in there because they're all kind of like, they're making their poses and oh, look at what I can do. It's like, and then no, she's real. She's the real thing. She's the real thing.
Right.
The other one who was real, she got snuffed though. I can't remember her name. She did a stupid thing, but she was good. She was good.
Oh yeah. The blonde girl who land speeded herself to death.
Yeah, she land speeded herself. let's just take this jet fighter plane, pop the wings off, and send it. Yeah, let's do this.
I need to get my adrenaline up. Yeah.
Oh God. She probably didn't know any better, man. But whoever orchestrated that should be in jail. That was just dumb. It's just dumb. Let's see.
Jessie Combs was her
Jessie
name.
Combs, that was her name. Yeah, she was real. She was the real thing.
Yeah, Buddy's always got the best answers.
Buddy, where is? Oh yeah. Buddy's like that. He's our
comment. Yeah.
Ultra. The lady's not doing very ladylike things. Is looking for clout in front of some muscle car is not something I'm interested in. Neither am I. I think it's and I'm a caveman. I mean, I really am a caveman, but I find it degrading. It's just like for both the female and
what are you doing to yourself? Yeah.
Right. But I have ultimate respect for a female who literally gets in there and does the thing, not because she's trying to be special or she's trying to draw a crowd or attention to herself, but because she loves it and she's capable. I see her as an equal, and I think that's fantastic.
Going 2 down from that, Wild Bill back.
Well, I plan to have a Viking funeral in my Bronco. There you go. But my dead ass in the seat, pointed to the ocean, drop a brick on the pedal, and put me out of my misery. They got to torch it too, man. As you're floating away, the thing has to be like on fire.
On fire, and yeah. Put the Bronco on a wooden raft and light the raft on fire. Yeah, there you go. Do it right.
Yeah, Rocco saying, "You buy the ticket, you take the ride. Rest in peace." My sentiments exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm rolling up here. Oh, yeah, Granddad's Junk is saying he's hitting the like on everything he watches. So I think that's a good idea. I would hit the like on anything that I watch.
That's just like courtesy, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
The likes definitely help the channel, guys. Just, it's not an ego thing. I could freaking care less, to tell you the truth. But it helps the channel. It helps the algorithm, engagement, all of that good stuff. So yeah, we do definitely appreciate the likes.
And also this week, while we have a second here, if people get a chance, look up on YouTube Tuned by Jimmy. He's my go-to guy for the Hemis and stuff like that, and he's relaunching all his media. So he's relaunching his YouTube channel and his website and stuff like that. So he just put up a bunch of videos.
What's the name of it?
Tuned by Jimmy.
Tuned by Jimmy.
Yeah.
Got it. Let's see. Yeah, Sticky Farley's liking it. K2 Hat's hitting the like button. Thank you, guys. Apparently, Viking funerals are for pet hamsters are a thing.
Okay.
Tossing them, right?
Thor the hamster needs to, have a Viking funeral in the pond, I guess. My hamster Thor.
Elmo I want to port my own heads, but it's a daunting task.
Just set aside an entire weekend and have everybody leave you alone.
Honestly, man, it's one of those things. It's ultimate drudgery. I've got a set of heads. I mean, being honest with you, right? I got a set of 360 heads that are 3/4 ported. Right? I got 6 out of 8 cylinders done on them, and I cannot bring myself to sit down and finish them. And I've been staring at these things for months now. Just look, I walk past them and I'm like, no, just it's a drudgery thing. But I tell you what, if you're not doing it for somebody else, right? It's where it has to be like pretty. It's got to be beautiful, right? Honestly, when it comes to porting, pretty doesn't count. A little texture is fine on there. As long as you don't try to get too perfectionist with it, just go for it. Just get it done. Bite the bullet. You know, I've done enough of them over the course of my life that I've reserved the right to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? But if I
Done
have
there. Yeah.
countless sets over the years, you know.
I just at any more now. I just like to do like a light porting. Just get rid of all the slag, make sure everything's smooth to the touch, and call it good. You know, and then it'll run nice.
Fran Schuver, what's the most dangerous, unusual thing you saw used in place of a fuse? So far for me, it was a 22 LR round in place of a glass fuse. That's been done. Added feature of auto alarm when it burns. Added feature of auto alarm when it burns.
Well, I've seen people use pennies and things and aluminum foil over burnt up glass.
That's what I used to use. Aluminum foil with cigarette paper.
Yeah.
The old days, cigarette packs used to have aluminum foil on the inside. So you take the aluminum foil and wrap it around the fuse and stick it back in there.
Works like a charm.
That was standard operating procedure, man. If you go back to the 70s and you buy any car, like an older muscle car or something like that,
one of them fuses
standard procedure.
Yeah,
they all had that, but you couldn't light the bullet. Isn't dangerous because you can't just light the bullet, and if it did light, it doesn't have anything to hold it for like direction, so it would
just pop and make
noise. It wouldn't go anywhere like a bullet would. Or a bullet gun would.
Yeah. A few comments up from there was Hardy Boy. You don't have to go up to it. Hey, Dr. Art, what rear end are you running in the Ranger? It's a 8.8 with a 373 and a mini spool.
Power Toys is saying silver is on a run. Wow. Power Toys.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing.
I seen it. When was it? This morning or yesterday? It's up to 57 or something like that. And
58. It almost hit 59 last night. It may hit 60 tonight.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what we got. Current price of silver at 7:31 Central Standard Time is $58.62, up 50 cents, 0.87%. Gold is at 42.12.14, up $22.58 for a 54% gain. Silver's going to hit 60. The paper is going to just get dumped crazy in the market. It's going to come back to 49. It's going to have to retrace all the way back to like 49, 48 perhaps, and then listen to me, guys. Next year, right, 2026, probably around February or March, or run to between $90, $92, $93 before it hits its next pullback. So yes, silver is on a tear. That's why I'm buying copper.
Jeff Hutchins said he knew a guy once that used a bullet for a fuse and got a bullet in his testicle using a loaded 22 long round for a fuse.
Oh, I don't know about that. It has no. If you were to somehow light the gunpowder inside of a fuse by like slightly turning the casing cherry red, the heavy part of the bullet itself would stay put, and the shell would pop out, and it wouldn't have any force. It wouldn't have any direction or force.
I think that was a cover story for why I think his girlfriend shot him.
Yeah, somebody else shot him in the nuts, and he blamed it on
a bad fuse for his Krakow stereo. Yeah.
All Terrain is saying, so buy silver yesterday.
6 months
yesterday would have been a good day to buy it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, bro. There's no bad time to buy silver. This bull market has got years to run, and what it's going to do over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not even going to say the numbers because it's going to sound absurd. It's going to sound ridiculous, right? Uncle Tony's the butter slipped off his noodle. He thinks silver is going to be fill in the blank. So I won't even mention the number, other than to say it will be absolutely astronomical compared to what you're looking at right now. You'll look at silver at $60 and say, I should have bought every freaking gram of it that I could get my hands on. But that's not financial advice. Made muscle. I don't know, Tony, when we were kids, me and my cousins used to hit 22s with hammers on the ground and they went bang. It'll go bang. Yeah, you're compressing it. It'll go bang, but it's not going anywhere.
A couple down from there. Yeah.
Where?
Billy.
Who are you, Billy? There you are. What do you guys think about putting cardboard over the radiator in the cold?
But you had to when it's 20 below zero. You're going to freeze in the car because it's never going to warm up. You're going to be driving at 20 below zero inside the car. Yeah.
Yep. The thermostat never fully closes, so it's the engine's hot, but the thermostat, so because at the end the thermostat doesn't really close and it hits the radiator and it just doesn't.
That's why you see up north the big semi trucks look like they got a zipper up vest over the grill in the wintertime.
Well, say that again.
Super cold.
Say that again.
When you go up north, so way up north, the big semi trucks with the square grills like the Peterbilts, they have like it looks like a big vest because it's got a zipper.
Right.
So they can block the air from coming in, so the diesel will actually run.
Dean Stevenson, ounce UTG, ounce grams are a construct of the Richards. I know who you're talking about. No, actually, bro, fractional silver is starting to become a thing. Actually, a couple of years ago, I bought a bunch of 1/10 ounce silver buffaloes. Trust me, fractional silver is going to be a thing.
Well, that's how you're going to be able to buy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look at junk silver. It's a perfect example. All right, you guys want to put it in perspective? Okay, junk silver. So right now, what's the one? Okay, a 90% silver dollar is worth 50. What? 90%? Yeah, right about $50. Right.
Yeah.
80% silver dollar. Okay. A silver half dollar is worth $25, right, or thereabouts right now. Think about it. What's a quarter, right? A silver quarter is $15. You see what I'm saying? In that case, if you look at it that way, if I take a 1964 silver quarter, I can. It's the same as, well. It's beating everything. It's beating everything. Power toys. Will there be a crash though? Yes, of course there will be a crash.
There's always a crash.
And if you're in it, if you're in it, this is what you do. You look forward to the crashes, because the crashes is when you get to accumulate. I'm not going to buy it 60, right? It'll probably be 60 tonight. I think it'll roll over to 60 tonight. I'm not buying silver at $60. I'll wait till it pulls back. It'll pull back into the high 40s, and I would start to accumulate again there. I wish if it would only crash back to like $5, which is where I started.
Oh, I'd sell my house and buy silver.
Yeah, I'd be in heaven, man. You couldn't stop me. Right. So most people watch your investments and they hope that it goes up. And if you're a silver stacker or a gold stacker, you watch your investments and you hope that it goes down. I don't want it to go up. Let's see. Made Muscle, where's a good place to buy or order silver? Your best place is always going to be your local coin dealer. There's lots and lots of outlets online.
Find yourself a guy you can trust.
Yeah. I mean, so there's Miles Franklin, there's SD Bullion. In fact, I just bought a bunch of copper from SD Bullion because my local coin dealer doesn't carry it. But you're always better off dealing with your local coin dealer and a couple of them if possible, so that you're part of the network at that point. Once they know your face and they get to know you and stuff like that. Now they become your bank. You know what I'm saying? They become your bank because a lot of people are like, well, if I buy silver or gold, how do I get rid of it? Well, if you know your local coin dealer or dealers, well, that's where you get rid of it. Instantly. It's like it's instantly liquidatable. So, but yeah, that's what I would recommend. Start becoming buddies with your local coin dealer.
Go right under that to War Ghost.
If you're in the Middle Tennessee area, okay, go see Guy over at Smyrna Coin and Jewelry. Oh, there you go. So yeah, Dr. Art buys from him too. So yeah, Smyrna Coin and Jewelry.
Yeah, go one down. Yeah, you can do that. Or
I have to do this one though.
Okay.
Do you buy actual silver or invest in stocks dealing in silver? There's no such thing as paper silver, right? You can invest in miners, you can get into ETFs and stuff like that. But here's the one golden rule of if you're going to be in this world, okay? There's only one golden rule, and if you don't own it, if you don't hold it in your hands, if you can't go like this to it, you don't own it, right? And that includes things like safety deposit boxes, which can be seized, right? If you can't actually put your hands on it like this, you don't own it, right? You're gambling, you're taking a risk, right? That's the golden rule of precious metals. Okay, you said you had one?
Yeah, go up 1, 2, 3, 4 from where you're at right there to War Ghost.
War Ghost. There you go. Hey guys, if you guys were building a D350 as a tow truck to haul around 10,000 pounds between a 383 400 or 440, which engine would be best for 87 octane power and gas miles to 440? Stroke is your friend. That's the engine for that application.
And it's made for 87 because it's low compression.
Yeah. Go find a motorhome 440. They're out there. They're all over the place. Low compression. They're born 30 over, and you've got the stroke. Let's see. War goes in exactly. A 400 would make less power, but probably be sufficient. But obviously, a 440 would make more power, but you're probably getting 5 miles per gallon loaded. You're going to get better gas mileage with the 440 than you will with the 400. Forget about the size, right? The geometry of the engine means that it'll work. It's going to take less foot to produce the same work at a lower RPM with the longer stroke. So no, you probably get better gas mileage with the 440 than you would with the 400. That doesn't apply when an engine is being underused. So in other words, like if you're trying to haul a 3,000 pound vehicle, okay, then yeah, the smaller cubic inch engine will get better gas mileage than the larger cubic inch engine just by virtue of the fact of how much fuel needs to be fed to it. But that's when it's being underused. When you're overusing it, when you're working the thing hard, then size is your friend, and it takes less foot to move the load. Ultimate Massive. Our XJ Cherokee is going to appreciate as quickly as gold.
They're not getting any cheaper.
Bingo! You're not getting any cheaper. So the one that I've been driving lately, right? It's a 2000, okay, 4-door 2-wheel drive. I paid $1,500 for it, and I got another video coming up on. I paid $1,500, and I've got another video going on because the head gasket sealer didn't take. So we're gonna autopsy that and see exactly what's wrong with it. But I paid $1,500 for that one. There's literally its exact twin on Marketplace right now, local to me, exact twin, like right down to the damage, the color and all, and right down to the damage on the hood, and they went $7,500 for it. So, and then FUBAR is back, so we can all exhale a little bit.
Go up to the walls at 742.
Okay. Holes. I saw something on social media. This bloke was reinforcing silicone beads using 00 size silk thread for high horsepower applications. Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But like on the China rails, on an intake.
Okay.
Where you use the RTV. You lay a fishing line in there to like rebar in concrete.
I've never heard of it, but that's absolutely brilliant.
And unless it's, makes a slit point and it just pushes out, then the whole thing pushes out instead of a little piece.
Well, no, let's say you're doing a China wall, right? If you lay a bead of silicone and you just drop this guy's using double zero
silk thread. Yeah.
Okay, I mean sewing thread. All right, let's just say sewing thread. Yeah, no, that's actually a good idea. I like that. That reminds me of when we were running the funny cars. One of the problems you'd have is if you burned a piston, you'd pressurize the crankcase, and the oil would try to find its way out any way that it could. And one of the places that it would be along the back China wall, and so which is a bad place for it to be, for it to come out. But
yeah,
a lot of guys would use a piece of aluminum angle aluminum, just like a strip kind of stuff that you find like around a window, that sort of thing, and it would keep that silicone in place. It was just like an extra.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to store that in the back of my head. Yes, Zero. All was well. Inferior engines have China walls. Superior engines have factory air gap intakes. You still got a China wall, bro. It's still there. Now you just
but what do you think your valley covers? Yeah, sealed too, pal.
Yes, we know it's all good. Did you say hi to your mom for us?
Yeah, that's fine. Take care of that. Comes first.
Thank you, Zero. Thank you. We're eternally in your gratitude. Thank you. Olive is in the house. Hello, Olive.
She was on Monday night too. Hi, Olive.
Let's see. You're talking about big trucks. I'm just going to scroll back over here.
Okay.
Silk is used in aircraft engine cases. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Oh, FUBAR. The awesome FUBAR put up a link to my merch. So we've got our shirts and our hats and anything else that we make, and I don't know what it is, but it's there at UncleTony'sGarage.com. Kathy Bananas handles all of that. I say, Kat, what did we sell? And she'll say, this year? And I'll say, yeah. And she'll say, nothing. And I'll be like, oh. But she's constantly buying things. I don't know how that is. We don't sell any merch, but every time I turn around, there's a truck dropping things off of that. So yes, but thank you for that. Definitely.
She's always headed to the airport with mysterious briefcases of things.
How many shirts did we sell last year, Kat? 3.
3.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Well, that's better than the last year, right? Oh yeah, yeah. let's see. I'm scrolling up. All train. He's talking about his porting job. I had a bright idea to use telescopic gauge to check port width size in maybe 5-6 spots as you go deeper into the port. Then make each port match so that they're all very close. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know if you really have to go that critical with it. I mean, I've never bothered taking measurements like that. Now, I'm not a professional porter. I'm just a guy who port ahead and knows the basics. I'm not Eric Weingartner or anything like that. Speaking of which, this is something I gotta get your opinion on.
Okay. All right.
But at any rate, yes, getting the ports as equal as possible is important. But here's the thing, right? The biggest improvements are going to be found in the bowl area, cleaning up the bowl, cleaning up around, and the different heads are going to have different situations. Cleaning up around the valve stem, or I should say the bottom of the guide.
Yeah, the valve guide where it comes down, clean up all that slag around there, and yep.
Right. Evening out the walls, okay, smoothing the floor a bit, but all of your work on both the intake and the exhaust should be focused on the high part of the port, right? Especially on the exhaust. The roof of the port is where all the action happens. So that's, I wouldn't go don't go too crazy. Mostly try not to grind through. Better
grind through into the
Yeah, don't try to make them big. Try to make them smooth, and only really take off as much metal as you have to make it smooth. Okay. Now,
all right.
I was gonna jump on my phone and text him, but I don't have anybody's numbers anymore because my phone got nuked. So I haven't had a chance to do this. Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage, are you in the house, Andy? If you are, make yourself known.
I got Andy's stuff. I can send it to you.
All right, yeah, send me his number so I've got it.
Yeah.
But let's see. A lot of times he lurks because he's looking for ideas. He's trying to sneak in and get my ideas.
Yeah, he did a pretty interesting video.
I know he did an interesting video, but I have a problem with his video.
Well, yeah. What is you what's the problem?
Okay. Andy did a video on the idea of putting, and I figured were the Edelbrock heads. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Edelbrock Performer heads made for the bigger bore 340, 360s. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So those heads have a 2.02 inch intake valve. Okay.
Right.
And those are used from the factory. Those are used specifically and only on the 340. Okay. Which is a 4 plus 40 inch bore. So when they went to the 360, they kept the same configuration of head, but they shrunk it down to a 1.88 intake valve to avoid shrouding. So Andy wanted to see what would happen if you took the 202 head and you put it on a 318 block. Well, Sherlock, it's going to shroud. He knew that, right? But yeah, just an exercise to show, right? So they did a comparison now, and they checked it on a 4-inch plus 80 bore, I think it was, or ballpark, something that was close to like a 340 bore, and then they closed down the top of the bore to the 3.91 inch 318 size, which would greatly shroud the valves. Okay, and they found that flow dropped off drastically. All right, but there's a problem with the way they tested. Now, I'm not debating the fact that the valve is going to be shrouded. That's going to be a problem. But he created a Venturi, which is going to throw the results off.
Right, because it wasn't the whole bore. It was just
right, exactly. Yeah. What he did was he took tape and he wrapped tape around the top of the bore thick enough to shrink it down to the 3.91 inch size. And then they put the head on it, and then they float it. but the bottom of the bore was still at the 4 plus 4.080 size. So now you're testing your flow through a Venturi. I don't know if that's going to affect, I don't know in which direction that would affect, because I'm not a freaking scientist, but I do know that it is going to affect the result. So
wouldn't that 202 valve in a factory head, wouldn't that smack the cylinder wall?
It comes kissing close. It comes kissing close.
Oh, okay. So like it's really not the three heads on a 318 is not the move.
No, you got the 1.88 360 size valve is the one to use on a 318.
Okay.
And there's no question about shrouding. There's no question about it. Comes close. Even that comes close, but it's fine. You can get away with it. The 202 head, no, you can't. Because you got to understand too, right? The shrouding on the intake side isn't just a matter of flow. It's a matter of a lot of the fuel that's in suspension is going to come out of suspension.
It's going to smash and
right. You got a stagnated area on that side of the port. So anything that's lazy is going to end up on that side. You see what I'm saying?
The whole wet side of the cylinder wall.
You're going to have a wet side of the chamber. Kiwi invasion has started. Oh no! What Kiwis do we have in here?
Yeah. Well, Granddad, he's from there.
Speaking of my old girlfriend Kiwi, how's he doing?
I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks.
Oh no?
Yeah. He called me about something a week ago Monday. And I haven't talked to him since then. He was doing some stuff with the Bronco, and it had a mismatch of distributors and carburetors and engine parts and stuff. So it was, it had a Duraspark and an aftermarket block and aftermarket intake and some aftermarket carburetor. It was just stuff just didn't work together. Yeah.
Shannon 78 Monty. What does the term shrouding you're using mean? The valves impact somewhere, I assume? No. That would be valves impacting.
Yeah.
No, shrouding. All right. So picture a valve. Do I have a valve in here?
No. How about this is an easier way to explain that. You take a can of spray paint or hairspray and you spray it out and it goes out in a cone.
Yes.
And then if it's shrouded, you're going to have a D shape, and that D shape is going to be wet fuel.
Right.
If a valve is shrouded by the cylinder or some kind of weird, crappy head design or anything like that. So you're not getting that full spray that would in your mind should look like a rattle can or hairspray or something like that.
Right. So that's what shrouding is. There's just something in the way of the flow cone around the valve.
Right. Was that a good example?
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Jimmy Luce, which head gasket to use for a 360 heads on a 318, the 360 gasket on a 318 head gasket? They're all the same. The
Feldpros are all the same.
The Feldpros are all the same. They're all sized. All of the head gaskets are, all the Mopar small block head gaskets are at a 4.100 size, which is a 60 over 340. And they do that so that your biggest possible situation, this gasket will fit it. But it's the same one that they sell for every other small block. Buddy Corfano, are you going to finish welding the Hemi block? Eventually, man. Eventually, the dragster kind of threw it. I had a lot of monkey wrenches thrown at me, a lot of curveballs thrown at me over the course of this last year. So,
speaking of this whole year can go right in the freaking garbage can.
You had a bad year, bro. I had a bad year. You had a really bad year. Wow.
It was rough, and I've been trying to get rid of this like head cold for like 3 weeks. It's just hanging on for the last minute this year, and this year can just go fuck itself. It can be gone.
Shannon, so the fuel not atomized.
Yes.
That's one aspect of it. It can cause some of the fuel that's in atomization to fall out of atomization, or in other words, return to a droplet state. Okay, but shrouding, when we're talking about shroud and flow, you're not actually taking the state of the fuel into consideration. You're just flowing air. So, but yes, it can affect. Not in all circumstances, but it can affect the state of the fuel. Yes, you're a shroud. I am the shroud. Yes. You remember that whole thing, man? Zero. There's the fan. That fan shroud's like a pet peeve of mine. I refuse to own anything that requires a fan shroud. This ain't gonna happen. First, I remove as soon as I'm working on something. You get rid of this friggin' shroud. If it needs the shroud, I don't need this vehicle. Mark's having a problem here too.
Yeah.
My autoimmune disease I wound up with can no longer work, etc. Yep, but be careful what you wish for. Dude, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Thoughts are with you, but I mean, fight. Whatever you're gonna do, fight. There's a diet. Yeah. There's something, I don't know what it is, but it's out there. That maybe don't fix it, but to keep it at bay, you know. That's what we found out with Kathy with the MS. The diet was so important. Once we changed her diet, I mean, she's not fixed, but her life is completely different. Yeah, zero. When the shroud thing started, neither Ari or I had one on our vehicles. The shroud. Well, that's why you guys ended up here, you know, because you're cool like that. You're like, because shroud, get this out of here. I don't friggin' shroud.
Air filters and shrouds.
So I guess nobody's called out. Nobody's called Andy to the chat.
No. I sent you his number though, so.
Okay. Maybe I should text him and tell him to jump on.
Yeah.
Maybe later. Mexicans 70 Monte Carlo needs the shroud. Yes, but I don't have a 70 Monte Carlo, do I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 70 Monte Carlo's got like a 4-foot wind tunnel to get to the.
Yeah, the Pontiac Grand Prix had the same thing. It was just huge. It had to be that long.
Oh yeah.
It was a wind tunnel. It wasn't a shroud. It was a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Bill McKeiska.
Yes, Bill. Thank you for the super chat. Because of their nature, aren't sleeve valve engines constantly having valve shrouding being one of the reasons why they faded out of existence? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about those engines other than they exist. Well, Kathy's calling me. Yes. Hello, Kathy Bananas. Can I put you on speakerphone? You want me to put you on speaker? I'll put you on speaker. Hang on. Oh, she has to tell me something, but she doesn't want me to put her on speaker.
Okay.
The truck sold. Scumbag. Not you. All right. Bye.
Was that what we were talking about earlier?
It's sold. So I was gonna surprise everybody. So When I first moved to Tennessee, I had a slammed S10. It was silver on rally rims. Uh, it was I miss it. It was the greatest truck. I ran around with it for a while, and I got rid of it. I just sold it. It was one of those things like, okay, you got to go. So I got rid of it a few months after I got here, and I've regretted it ever since. So I'm on Marketplace before the spot where all trouble begins, and I see a silver '89 S10 slammed with rally rims. I'm like, that's my old truck. I need this. Before I even looked at it, I don't care what it is, what it costs. I'm buying my truck back, right? And then I look closer at it, and it wasn't my truck, right? But it has small block in it, Mickey Thompson valve covers, which are always a bonus for me, right? And a small block in it, headers. It was clean. Body was straight, no rust. Interior was so. $1,500. $1,500. So I was like, so I left the guy a message, and I told Kathy Bananas, if this guy, he writes back, tell him, it's sold, right? Well, the guy just wrote back and said it's sold. So no '89 S10 for me. I loved that truck.
I'm surprised you haven't had a little truck since then.
I haven't really had the need for it, but see, now that I'm doing this channel, it's like this perfect content, man. Do a small block build, do whatever transmission in it, go through that transmission. There's just so much that could be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco saying you can put a carb on a 3.9 Dakota. It's not the same. I don't like the Dakotas. They're too big. I want a mini truck. I want an actual mini truck. So yeah, Dakotas were always the next size up, and I had a short bed 89 or 90 for a little while with 3.9, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't the same as a friggin' slammed S10.
Carmudgeon.
You can have my 2000. No, I don't want anything that new. I like the first generation. Mitten Made Muscle. I had a chance to buy a rust-free Chevy Love years ago from a junkie and passed because he didn't have the title. Sometimes I got the title and sold it for peanuts. Yeah, well, that was the Chevy Love was what the hell was that?
It was an Isuzu, wasn't it?
It was an Isuzu. Yeah, it was an Isuzu. No, I like the S10 because even the 4.3 is fine. It's a good motor, but it eats a small block Chevy like it's nothing. It's like, here. I don't know why they didn't put them. I actually had a special. I just got rid of it too. I had to change the 135, the number 5 spark plug on that thing. You need a socket that doesn't, because the steering column is just in the way. And I actually made a special spark plug socket specifically to do that spark plug on that truck. Let's see. I always wanted Mickey Thompson covers, but it's never happened. They're beautiful. They're so classic. They make any engine you put them on, they just pops.
I mean, that's a guy who put his name on everything and just made money just off his name because it's like it was synonymous with going fast. So.
Yep. Vivo La Cruz. Hey, Tony, say you want to make a custom crank scraper for a motor. How would you go about mounting it? Well, if possible, I would weld it to the inside flange on the oil pan. Unless you've got something like a full pan windage tray that you're going to fabricate it off of. I think the easiest way is just to fabricate it, get it where it's got to be, and then just weld it along the inside flange of the oil pan. So this way, it's just there, and you never have to bother with it. Robert is saying an S10 wouldn't fit in with your fleet, though. It wouldn't. But I see. Remember, I have to look at everything through the eyes of a YouTuber, and that's a content gold mine. And I do want to get into the world of G bodies, S10s, S15s, Astrovans. All of those, they're all based on that same engineering, and they're all interchangeable as far as mechanics. They'll all take a small block. They're all like eternally repairable. They're rugged. They're excellent.
They're all the suspension's about the same, and it's all
So I've been wanting to move in that direction or add into that direction for a while now, and that would have been the perfect vehicle to do it with. Mo Parquet is in the house. She don't play. Nope. All business. She means
don't
nothing.
Play with her. No, she'll cut you.
She'll cut. Yeah, she'll shank you. She's bad that way, man. Let's see. Fun with cars. I got to sit in the Isuzu Commercial Trucks of America boardroom in Anaheim and hang out with the CEO in Ireland. Nice. Did they give you
nice?
I was saying, if I ever have the valve cover off my Volvo, I'll refinish it in wrinkle black and wipe it all off the word Volvo and other highlights, kind of like my favorite. Yeah, that's how I like them, right? I have on my Roadrunner in the garage. That's how I've got them. They're wrinkled black, painted wrinkled black, and then the fins are polished out, and the MT part of it is polished out. And I just love that. I love that. Ultimate Massive is saying the Volvo 240 is a great car to swap a V8 into. It's a great car to leave alone. I had one. I had a wagon. That thing was that was a tank. That was a tank. Let's see. I'm just rolling back up here. Sweaty fat guy. A serious question for you guys. Should I do my Astro van like the A-Team or just hand paint free candy on the side?
A-Team.
Yeah, that has a different meaning these days, man.
Yeah.
I would avoid that. I would avoid even asking that question. Yeah. No. A-Team. Do A-Team. Let's see. Do they drink as much sake as the Irish drink Guinness? Dr. Art, I have a new favorite place to eat.
No way.
Yeah. There's this place right down the street from my house, okay? It's called Wasabi. It's been there for a long time, right? But it's a Japanese hibachi place. Dirt cheap.
Really?
No, seriously. Like, you think, okay, Japanese hibachi, right? Okay, you're going to drop like 60, 80, $100, for a couple people. Dude, it's $12 a head.
Really?
Yeah, and the portions are obscene. It's more than the Japanese could ever eat.
Here's all your rice. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate there 3 days in a row. $12 a head. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
All right. Continue. Let me look this place up real quick.
Yeah. Wasabi is the name.
Okay.
Power toys. Do you like Buffy? I love me a good. Yes. Yeah. I'm a power eater, man. I'm a power eater, and yes, it's the only way. It's the only way to get like a proper amount of dead for a reasonable price is at one of those things.
Oh, it's the one in the corner of that mall that's close to your house.
It's not a mall. It's a little strip mall, and it's in the corner there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been there. It's
Oh, you
been
have?
Yeah, but a long time ago. But yeah,
Yeah, I ate there 3 days in a row.
nice. I have to take her there. We'll try it maybe this weekend.
Let me know if we'll go with you.
Okay.
Quatra question: painting aluminum heads. Any tried and true tips and pointers? Rough them up. Make sure you rough them up. The aluminum heads, if the ends of them are like shiny or clean, the paint ain't gonna stick for long. So rough them up real good, and then paint them. Let's see. Anthony Barber, are there any benefits in putting 906 heads on a mid-70s 400? No, they're the later heads, whatever. I can't even think of what the name of the numbers of the freaking heads are. They're all good. They're all good. They're all patterned after the 906s. But the combustion chambers are the same size. The valves are the same size. Slight difference in the ports. On the exhaust side, is it? But yeah, they're fine. Sweaty fat guy, I got it. I will put free candy on the side and pull a wood chipper around with it. Bingo! There you go. We don't have
take some red spray paint in the exhaust duct on the wood chipper. Just spray it red.
Yeah, it's torch, pitchfork, and wood chipper time in America.
Yep. Oh, wouldn't that be a great time?
Well, there was that guy, Sheriff Clark. Do you remember that? He was running for something. I forgot what it was, and he was making a speech, and he goes, "It's torch and pitchfork time in America," and I was like, "Sign me up! You are the man." And then he just disappeared.
Yeah, of course.
Billy is saying, is there any market for used stock Pontiac cylinder heads and cranks? Yeah, sweaty fat guy. He'll buy it from you.
He'll buy them. He'll stack them up in his woodshed in Wisconsin and get to them eventually.
Let's see. I was saying we got some real wasabi powder here recently. I will soon take one of my turkey salami wasabi with wasabitage sandwiches.
So while we had everyone here from the last week, because people were in the house for 5 days, coming in and out, in town and out of town. One day we made these. We got a relative that's from the UP in Michigan, and we made pasties.
What's that?
It's like it's like minor food. It's like beef and potatoes and carrots and onions in like a dough.
Okay.
Kind of like a panzerata or something like that, but just meat, up north stuff. And that was good, but they misread the recipe, so they made twice as much inner as they had outer. So we took the inner, put that in the oven, and it boiled down. It was watery, so we let it cook down to a gravy. Then it added like 2 pounds of cheese to it.
Okay.
And then just ate that, and that was fantastic. So we had all kind. There was so much food here last week. It was just no wonder I'm still ill.
I enjoyed having Eva on. That was great.
Oh yeah, she thought that was great. She's like the next day she's like, "Can we play the live again?"
She had fun though, right?
Oh yeah, it was time of her life. You know.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, because she's a ham.
No fooling.
Yeah. So, loved it.
I'm rolling back up. Mexican Spec. Dr. R needs your sub. Yes, for you guys who don't know, Dr. R's channel got nuked about a month or two ago now, and so he's been fighting his way back from like he was
from zero. Yeah.
So he's fighting his way back. So yes, by all means, if you get a chance, go over to Dr. Art's channel, Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab, and give him a sub, and let's get him back on track over here.
Yeah, I've been putting up a bunch of shorts, but I'll have some actual long content videos here coming up this next week or so. So.
Let's see. What would be a good cam for my 383? I want a cam that is one stage above the HP Magnum camshaft. Well, what are you attempting to do with it? So in other words, different. You go in so many different directions depending on what are you trying to accomplish with this vehicle. What's it weigh? Automatic or manual transmission? If it's automatic, what kind of converter? What kind of gears? And then overall, what kind of use do you want? Like those are the questions to ask, not like just one stage above HP Magnum. That doesn't mean anything. Okay. Ultra Massive, Tony, don't they have a big Laos Vietnamese festivals out by you? Not that I know of. We have, when I first moved here, we had a huge Laotian population. It was funny because like everybody around here was like, we were like the first outsiders to like really settle in here, and everybody was like just blonde hair, blue eyes, and then there were Laotians everywhere. And there's a Laotian temple, a beautiful place, really nice place, right up the road here. But I don't know of any festivals that they have. There's a really nice festival at this church, Kathy. Dr. Art was it? What's the name of that church?
Church of Lima, something. I think. Yeah, Lady of Lima, something. Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a pretty cool food festival there we went to, but it wasn't Laotian or Vietnamese. It
was heavily Mexican food.
Well, like a lot of South America stuff, like people from like Venezuela and Ecuador and stuff like that. No Coyote 501-292. I think he's just throwing out random cam recommendations for the one size up from the Magnum cam. I'm scrolling back up here. King's Rule is saying I was subbed before, but I would go back and make sure to Dr. Art. Yeah, if you had been subbed to Dr. Art before, the channel you were subbed to no longer exists.
Right. Go check it. It was before September of this year. Your vote don't count no more. Sorry.
So fat guy says, so Art knows a Uper, but doesn't realize I live in the UP. Got it. So you guys,
I thought he was in Wisconsin. He's in Michigan. Sorry about that, there, Sweat.
Okay, yeah, a Uper is somebody from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, way up north Michigan.
Where it's there already got 3 feet of snow this year. Yeah.
A Uper.
Yeah, go to is a Cap Paulson, Isaac Paulson.
We raced up there. We did a match race with the Top Fueler. One of the tracks that was up there. This is like in the 1990s. Sweaty Fat Guy would probably know the track. I can't remember the name of the track, but we ran a match race there, and at the end of it, it was Saturday night, and the guy who was my right hand man at the time, we used to call him Shaky, okay, or the Shaker, Shaky, and he was an alcoholic. Okay, he was like a hardcore alcoholic, but he would dry out anytime we were going to go race. So the day before, I would tell him, hey, we gotta be wherever, be at my place, whenever, and he would be dried out. Okay, and for as long as we'd be together racing, at the track, servicing the car, doing all that stuff, he would completely dry. But he always had the DTs, so it like literally just always shaking. And he talks like this. He's really on the edge. And this is the kind of people that you dealt with on a regular basis when you're in low budget nitro cars. So Shaky, if he did well at the end of the day, I would take him to, at the end of the event, I'd take him to a bar and like, well, here you go, man. You're in your whatever you want. So we finish up this race. We clean up the car. We clean up everything, put the car away, and I was like, come on, Shaky, let's go hit the bar. And he's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go hit the bar. So this is someplace in the Upper Peninsula. So we find this bar and we walk in there and it's like 1:45, okay? And she's the bartender says, he orders a couple of whatever he was going to drink, and then the bartender comes back and she says, okay, that's last call. We close in 15 minutes. So he says, well, what do you mean we close in 15 minutes? She says, yeah, that's the ordinance for this town is 1:00. We're done. Whoa! I see Shaky starting to panic, right? I'm like, Shaky, just grab someone to go. And he goes, are there any other bars in the area that might be open? And she says, well, the next town over, there's no curfew there. They're open till like 3 or 4. So okay, I'll see you later. And he gets up off of his chair and he runs out the door and starts running down the road to the next. You had to be there. You had to be there. It was only a short distance. It was like he was running, across the landscape, but. There are no drag strips in the UP. What's the closest drag strip to you? Because it was in Michigan. It was in northern Michigan. Rolling back up here. They're talking about sticky rice. Oh, Wasabi has killer sticky rice. Fire the camera guy. I didn't know Dr. Art had a camera guy.
Oh, some of the shorts that I cut from some of our videos before, they just do them AI, and then you get like half an arm and things like that on some of them. So.
Ultimate Massive, we had a Shaky where I worked. He was a corporate jet mechanic, bad combo. I had a good friend of mine in that period of time who was a licensed Top Fuel driver. Okay, and he was good, and he actually had a name for himself. Drove a few different cars, and actually when I was in Wisconsin, I used to crash at his place, and he was a Shaky too. And he was his full-time job was as an A mechanic for an airline, a major airline. So yeah, it takes all types. Kakuna, Wisconsin is the closest strip in the Mitten downstate. There is a track about 3 hours south of the bridge. Oh, well, then maybe.
Was it in Wisconsin? Was it in
memories are different. I know it was someplace in Michigan. So maybe it was Milan.
Yeah, over on the other side there. Yeah, who knows?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying fun with cars. He was a great guy. He was. I had such a blast with him, man, and his crew. Let's see. Oh, we got back to a car question.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So the wheel bearings on a 64 Galaxy I'm restoring look good and feel good. That's good. I have them soaking in gas trying to get the old grease out before I repack them. Am I heading in the right direction? Yes, absolutely. The grease isn't going to just leave because you're soaking them. You're going to have to clean them out anyway.
Just brush them out, yeah.
You have to brush them out anyway. But yeah, that's fine. As long as you don't see any flat spots, just look over the bearings and make sure you don't see any rollers that have flat spots in them. No flat spots, send it.
No bluing. Fine. Yeah, yeah.
Ultimate Massive, some of the best mechanics I've known were absolute wrecks outside the shop. Bodymen in the same way. I would say more bodymen than I've known more bodymen that were completely unhinged.
Well, bodymen are they're insane to start with.
Yeah, it's a special mindset that sets you on the path of being a bodyman, and then
or a painter.
Yeah. Body guys and transmission guys are always angry. Every transmission guy I've ever
known. Why are they so damn angry? They're like the only guy in the shop. They got their own table, their own. They got, is it just they just hate pulling transmissions and they got stuck in life doing that, or what?
I get it's just, well, I mean, I hate doing transmissions. I do them when I have to, but it's like very begrudgingly, And if there's any way I can pass it off to somebody else, I do. I did that to John Wilburn once. I passed off a 904. Here, build a transmission. Because I just didn't want to deal with it. So I guess a lifetime of doing that will kind of like make you angry.
Mm-hmm. Alex says Bondo fumes make you the electric space wizard disorder. Yeah, body people are like talking to people that have taken just a little bit too much acid too many times, and they're kind of got that weird eyeball thing going on.
Some people don't come back from it.
No.
Some people don't come back.
Yeah, they like where they go and they stay there.
Extreme Hazard Gaming. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and thank you for watching. Don't use the word fan. You're a viewer. You're not a fan. You're a viewer. Thank you. My friend Pete. Yes, there's a perfect example. That's Bodyman Supreme. Have you ever watched My Friend Pete?
No.
Oh, Jesus. After this live, go find My Friend Pete.
Oh, okay.
These Stroud modern automatic transmissions would definitely make me angry. Over-engineered junk. I know.
These new ones nobody touches though. They just pop in a new one.
Well, that's what they're getting to now. There's a couple of different transmissions. One is built by Allison. I forget what the application was. I think it was a GM truck, and they don't sell any replace. There's no parts. You can't get parts for it. Anything shits the bed inside the transmission, and you're bolting a whole new unit into it.
Yeah, you just ship the core back to Allison, and they do it. Yep.
Wait till you see this video I'm doing tomorrow. I have found the ultimate scumbag manufacturer, thing that's going on right now. Right? Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about it right now, but it's the most like to a mechanic or just to a human in general, it's the most offensive thing that's ever been done by an automotive manufacturer.
Wow.
And it's currently a thing out there right now. Okay, Sergeant Mustang. I've got a 61 with the cast iron torque flight. Heavy. It's got a pretty significant leak. I'll be putting a new pan gasket and dipstick tube. Any of the usual suspects? Yeah, man. At the back of the transmission, where the park cable goes in, yeah, they leak like crazy. Plan on resealing the whole transmission externally.
Yeah, you're almost, since you're that far, I mean, if it's not that much of a trouble, take the whole thing out and put a pump seal in it and everything else too. And because if it's leaking everywhere, you're just going to chase it forever. And every new thing you put in it, the next place is going to leak. And it's, 65 years old.
Sweetie, in fact, I'm more scumbag than engulfed in flames. That's not scumbag. That's just like absurdity. No, this is a direct attack on the consumer. I mean that. I mean, like quite literally, it's a direct attack on the consumer and the automotive industry in general. Phone cars, ultimate engineering fail. If you have a no start on a Honda here and your backup camera doesn't work, change that for. I know. No, this is worse than that. This is a deliberate act. That's like a coding, like snafu. All right, this is something that's completely different. Our friend Schubert, subscription features are on more and more cars, things like heated seats, and the fancy features are locked behind a paywall and get locked and unlocked over the air. Yeah, wait till you see the thing for tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of companies thought that was, this is great. We can get people to pay for this. And they got so much blowback from that. They just said, air off. We won't do that. Yeah.
Ultimate Master proprietary diagnostic software. That's part of it. Wait till you find out where it is. You'll see tomorrow, man. You'll see tomorrow. I don't talk about anyone else.
You got to wait. You got to wait.
Yep.
You're in Advent. You need to wait.
King's rule. So the hubs and drums had serious rust on them. So rust remover and wire brush for days. I painted the outside, but what should I do with the inside? Nothing.
If they're like super rusty, you can get them turned. But if they just need to be cleaned up, they'll clean up first few times you stop. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about a few pits and stuff like that. That's not going to be a big deal. But don't coat them. Obviously, don't coat them with anything, and make your first few stops really hard, right? To seat and to create a good pattern, a good couple of really hard stops. Burn off any impurities and stuff like that, and then just send it.
Yeah, you'll bed the shoes in real nice and everything too. Then. Yeah. So.
Fun with cars. I had to get out of car shops. Yeah, lots of people. There's mechanic shortages for a good reason.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Fun with cars saying The last 2 years I was service manager at a Hyundai dealership. It's a Hyundai.
That's job security, though.
So in fact, I'm saying it doesn't bother me. I won't be buying a new vehicle anytime soon, like ever. Yeah, I won't either, and neither is like probably anybody else who's on this chat right now. But our family, friends, neighbors, the world at large, they do buy new cars, right? And things that affect everybody trickle down and affect us. And then this is from a mechanic standpoint. This thing that they're doing here is to lock out mechanics, right? From the most basic repair you could possibly imagine. So yeah, no, it affects all of us. It affects all of us. And I'm gonna, one of the points I'm going to make on this video tomorrow is that every single thing that's like standard equipment, standard features on cars across the board, like every single car has a rear view mirror, every single car has a round steering wheel, right? All these things that are just normal and standard all started off as special features on one particular make or model, and then spreads to everything else. So this is a situation that's starting with a particular Hyundai model that could, and in all likelihood, if given the way things are going, will spread to all new cars. And trust me, it's bad news, really bad news, if you're just in the automotive business in general. This is important. Power destroyer. My boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Should I marry him when he wakes up in a coma, or marry his identical twin brother whose testicles are in pretty good shape? I mean, generally speaking, I'm pro-testicle. Generally speaking. So I would say go with the identical twin. You know what I'm saying? Go with the identical twin.
And just say, oh, I got confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a simple mistake.
Yeah.
Billy, what to look for on bearing races and spindle when repacking front wheel bearings for an old car? On the race, I mean, any evidence,
gouging, pitting, scrapes,
right.
Yeah, normal stuff.
Yeah, pitting I don't worry too much about because pits fill with oil. It's that simple. Any raised areas, any evidence that it's spun a bearing, that a roller bearing came apart inside of it in the past, it means it'll do it again. So I'm just looking for a smooth surface on the race. As far as the spindle goes, people go way too crazy on the condition of spindles. They'll see pitting or where a bearing had turned on it and shit like that. No, if the bearing will sit square on the spindle, it's fine. So that's really all I have to say. I had a lot more to say about the new Japanese restaurant that I've fallen in love with than I had to say about that.
Well, because you're passionate about it. You're not passionate.
I am passionate about that, and I really don't care about bearings and spindles, although I should. I play somebody on YouTube who likes those things.
You should be. Yeah, but that's okay.
Sweaty Fat Guy brought up a good point. What did you do to provoke? What did he do? This wasn't their testicles that got eaten. It was their fiance.
Their boyfriends. Yeah, he was in front of the camel. She was probably behind him, poking him in the back of the camel with the stick.
What was done to provoke the camel, and why were the family jewels in such a area where the
why did he have his nuts out in front of the camel? He was just asking for it, you know.
Yeah, actually, on second thought, okay, go with the twin, because the one that you've got there, he's an idiot. There's no way you find yourself in that position. You see what I'm saying? That was Mr. Darwin. That was Mr. Darwin.
Yeah, that was Darwin taking the guy out. Yeah.
Hey, wave at the camel. Wave at Mr. Camel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
You should thank that camel for not having you marry an idiot.
No matter how satisfying it is, don't zoom the undressed bearing up with an air gun. let he who has not spun up a bearing with the air gun be the first one to throw stones. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's not a good idea. I've never seen it happen, but there are stories of the bearing exploding, which could be a really bad scene.
Yeah, because they come out at high speed.
My Willie says, anyone ever seen a snapped off spindle due to maybe a stress crack on big heavy trucks? Yes, I've seen that. Never seen it on a car. There's just spindles in general. Spindles are way overbuilt for the loads that a typical car takes, but I have seen that on big trucks. And honestly, the thing would be bent. If it was damaged enough to crack it, it would be bent. You know, you'd know it long before you took it apart.
Mm-hmm.
That there are serious issues. Fun with cars always zooms them with air. Yeah, you got to dry them out, right? After you clean them, you got to dry the thing.
You got to get the brake clean off of them. Yeah.
Right.
What about Sergeant Mustang there?
Sweaty fat guy saying camels are cagey and sneaky, so there are a lot of questions. I agree. Go with the twin.
Mm-hmm.
Go with the twin.
Holy mother!
Oh, holy mother of super chats! Thank you, Bill McKyska. Thank you. Not to sound like a commie or anything, but why didn't the big three in Detroit do things the same way the big rig manufacturers did? I.e., buy the truck and then order it with whatever engine and trans, etc., that best fitted you and your purpose.
Because the big three build their own engines, and the big rig manufacturers manufacture the chassis basically. Because you can get a big rig and you can say, I want a Cummins and a 29 speed in it with big axles and this and that and stuff like that, and they'll build it for you. But when you're building millions of, Chevy Chevettes, you're not going to be putting a Ford 2.3 liter in it because some guy wants it.
Yeah, but wait a second now. It was like that forever, right? What he's talking about. Because so today you get the engine that's in there and possibly another an option, whatever way. But if you go back to, let's say, the 60s or the 70s, there was so many different engine and transmission combinations. There was one, was it the Challenger or the Barracuda? I forget. It was either the 70 Challenger or the 70 Barracuda was available. It was the Barracuda. It was available with every single engine and transmission Chrysler built that year. Because the 198 was not available in the Challenger, it was available in the Barracuda. So in the 70 Barracuda, you could have got a 198, a 225, a 318, a 340, a 383, 383 2 barrel, 383 4 barrel. Go back to the 340, 340 4 barrel, 346 pack, 444 barrel, 446 pack, 426 Hemi. All available in that one car, and every transmission, three-speed non-synchro, synchro, 4-speed manual, 3-speed automatic. Every single engine and transmission that Chrysler built or offered in that year was available in that car. So it was kind of already like that.
Yeah, you could order the size engine for your needs, but not the manufacturer of the engine, I guess.
Have you seen the Secret Life of Machines series he did? Who did that series? I got to go back and Josh Homan.
Secret Life of Machines, wasn't that on like a History Channel or something?
That was a great Tim Hunkin. Okay, that was on that show. The Secret Life of Machines was on like before, like any of the automotive program. Like it was on like before Discovery with the cars and Motor Trend and all this other shit. Um, that show, The Secret Life of Machines, I loved that show. I never missed an episode of it. I didn't remember the guy's name or anything like that, but yeah, that was fantastic.
Apparently, Tim Hunkin and Rex Gerard.
I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see if there's reruns because this is about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I have to see. I have to go watch. I have to go watch that again. I have to find some episodes to see if it's as good as I remember it being. Still messing with the Coleman mini bike? No, I got rid of all the mini bikes. When I moved out of the last shop, I had an abundance of room. I had so much room there. So when I moved from that shop to the one I'm in now, I got rid of so much stuff. And yes, the mini bikes went. Let's see. Any advice for assessing my 61's ball joints? I have the spindle off. One is perfectly smooth. The other is slightly gritty. Can I flush the gritty one away? Oh, do you have it unloaded? Is the spring unloaded so you can actually tell how much play is in the ball joints? I wouldn't trust the one that's gritty. That's telling me it might have gone dry at some point and started. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that, Dr. Art?
Yeah, if it's got an old one like it's gonna have a zert on it. I mean, flush it out and see what comes out. If it comes out all watery and greasy and 12 different colors, it's probably not going to live long. You may flush away the gritty feeling, but I don't know how good it's going to be after that. But then you're going to have to crack the boot or something on it to get all that old grease out of there.
Wargos, what's your guys' thoughts on storing cars outside for the winter, covered or uncovered? Uncovered. I store everything outside for the winter. I keep my bikes inside. I keep one car inside. I keep Bottle Rocket and Slaghammer inside, but everything else stays outside. And don't cover it. Just let nature do its thing. And the covering is always bad. It's always bad. It traps moisture. You get the sun beating on it. It may be 35 degrees, but the sun is beating on the cover, and any moisture in the car is like condensing into all kinds of other stuff. The only time I would consider covering a car is if you're going to park it like under trees. Buddy Cofrano, what motor you picked for the Barracuda? You mean on the 70 Barracuda? Like if I was going to buy, like it was 1970, I was going to go order a new 70 Barracuda, which engine? 3D3 4-barrel 4-speed.
You wouldn't do 346 pack?
That would be my second choice.
Okay.
That would be my second choice. But my first choice would be the 383. If it's 1970 and I don't know any better, right? That's not crazy. If it's 1970 and I don't know any better, I get it with a shaker too.
Oh yeah.
But that's only because it's 1970 and I don't know any better because I haven't had to work on it yet. So, all right, how's that for? Let's see.
Go to the one on the bottom there. Yeah. There you go.
Wrenching my way up, aren't we all? Working on my first major upgrade and in the process of getting my components, my 70 Duster going from a 318 to a 340. Those blocks to be so hard to come by And why so expensive for a short block? Because it's desirable. People want the 340. I mean, functionally, uh, you're probably better off just working with a 318. But if you have to have a 340, well, that's the same reason why they're expensive, because other people have to have the 340.
It's a Mopar tax. Yeah.
The Mopar tax, right? So it's a number tax. But but functionally, I mean, you're talking about a 3.9 1-inch bore versus a 4.04 bore. So it's a 130 over. That's it. Functionally, that's the difference. 130 thousandths in bore. You're probably better off you sticking with the 318, unless you've already got the 340, which is nice motor. If you take the 318 and you add a windage tray, flat top pistons, because you get the compression up, and they're so cheap. Pistons for a 318 are so friggin' cheap. But zero deck pistons, a windage tray, and a set of 360 heads, 188 valve, 360 heads, and you really got a 340. I defy anybody to tell me the difference. Numbers ain't going to really show up on a dyno. It's really like a 5 horsepower difference. So yeah, wrenching my way up. My Willies, wasn't a shaker just one hell of a marketing plan? I sure think it was us saying. It was, and on that car, it stands out. It's like, it's so perfect. The shape of the shaker and the shape of the car just go together perfectly. But when you work on the damn things and you're actually trying to access the top of your engine, boy, shakers are a nightmare. They're a nightmare. Sergeant Mustangs, what do you make of the 361? I hardly find anything about it. It seems to be the forgotten B engine, I guess, because the 413, 426 overshadowed it. Yeah, I did a 361. We ran it on propane. It sucked. It really sucked. It's a 361 is a small bore 318. The 3D3 is that's a case where bore really does make a difference. To work the big block cylinder heads, the bore really makes a difference. The 4 1/4 bore on the 383. So if you're doing a restoration, like you happen to come across, let's say, like a long ram 361, because they made those with the cross rams and all that, or you find one of the high compression 4-barrel engines, there's nothing wrong with restoring it, But as far as like hot rodding it goes, leave it to the rest of the guys. Don't bother with it. And pistons, you can't get pistons. You're more than welcome, Rich Moab. Thank you for viewing, and thank you for asking.
And I mean, look what time it is. Tonight went fast.
Oh my God, it did. It flew. Carl Cadet, I got a shaker from my 70 Cobra Jet Ranchero. No, that's completely different. Those are great. The Mopar shaker is completely different. Your shaker just mounts to the top of the air cleaner in like the most unobtrusive way possible. Those are nice. The Mopar one, forget about it. It takes you open the hood. There's nothing there except shaker bubble. It's ridiculous. To get at anything, you need to remove the whole assembly.
It is as big as the top of the motor.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So I think that's it, Dr. Art. Guys, I think we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yes. Let's put an end to this. What do you need to talk about?
I got should be 3 good actual videos coming up in the next week, providing it doesn't snow or anything like that. So Other than that, if like you said before, if you've been to the channel in the past and you subscribed, got nuked in September, so go back and pop me a sub. That would appreciate that quite a bit. Other than that, the mid-nightspeedlabs.com. If you want swag, you could probably still get it for Christmas, or go to your channel and get your swag at UncleTony'sGarage.com and get swag for Christmas.
Yes.
And that's all I got.
All right. I have nothing I really want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to thank our fantastic mods, Zero, Mexican Spec, Fubar, the greatest mods in the history of YouTube, of moderation. These guys have literally reinvented moderation into their own image.
We never have a bump or a shake or nothing going on in the comments.
Nothing. It's always smooth and clean. Yep. These guys are awesome. And you know what it is? The idiots stay away because they know. They can say it. They're like, I'm going to go troll Uncle Tony's garage.
And it ain't going to happen.
They get to the keyboard like, wait, they feel the force. And it's Zero from Fubar and Mexican Spec. And yeah. So couldn't do without them. Everybody contributed with Super Chat tonight. Thank you so much. It's never expected, but always appreciated. Bill McKiske, that was more than generous. Thank you, sir. And everybody contributed with your presence and your conversation. Thank you equally. We couldn't do this stuff without your clicks. Speaking of which, if you don't mind clicking the like on your way out, that would be spectacular.
Yeah, you can do it on the way out. No judgment. Yep.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, no judgment. I'm the Ozzy Osbourne of the automotive industry. I've been, I believe it or not, I've been referred to that. But yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. I don't see it myself.
You're biting the heads off of small animals for Mopars everywhere. Yeah.
I've yet to bite the head off a bat. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he thought it was a fake bat, and
Yeah.
All right. So that's it, guys. I'm pulling a plug, and Dr. Arts on Monday night, 7 o'clock, his live, and that's it. We'll be back Sunday for our Sunday live. Good night, all. Thank you.
Bye.
And